Got the headset right here. Y'all are hear me. Sure, soundboard. Make sure the soundboard is working. The news by shot, man. We're gonna get it running and going in a second. We're gonna continue on with part two. The dialogue. Yeah, did you hear the laughter or not? Yo, T, did you hear the laughter or not? All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we wanted to make sure that everything was a go. Cause like I said, I want to got something to eat. We're back on the scene. Salute, salute. Since I don't have my kids in here with me, we will keep it a little ratchet. What about now? Tell me if you heard it. All right, we good. We good. So let's keep it ratchet. Hold on. Let me throw my specs on. I'm feeling real cool. My brother T said he sees my cut. So let me throw the specs on real quick, man. You know what I mean? Throw the specs on real quick. Take a little sip of this Kool-Aid. Cause we feeling cool. But we're gonna stick with the topic, man. We're gonna stay ratchet on this Sunday. Where's my pen at? Damn, I don't know where my pen's at. But we're gonna keep it ratchet for y'all, man. So, word around the YTC is, man, that and I want to get people's opinions on this, man. Word around the YTC is, man, that man knocked his brother's woman off, man. How do y'all feel about that, man? Yo, T, I know you're probably at work, right? Yeah, at work, T. You ain't at work. I'll shoot you the link, T. I'll let you come up in here and rock out with me. Let's see if I got my pen over here, man. What I do with my pen? I just had my pen, man. Damn it. Man, I just had my pen. Hold on, man. See, they got me. Look, they got me in a big joint. Let me show you. We be stunting now, man. We be stunting with the. Look, we be stunting. Look, there goes my pen right there. Look how far back. Stunting a little bit, man. Here's my pen. Here's my pen. All right. There's my pen. So, back this up a little bit. All right. All right. We're ready. We're ready now. So, word to the source. Shout out to Reggie Owens. I seen Reggie Owens broke this, right? The man own brother knocked off his old lady, right? We'll throw the background up in a second. So what I want to get for my audience, my listeners, is two-part question, right? Has something like this ever happened to you? And do you blame Wilder's younger brother for feeling the way he feels? Let me put that out there in the chat. Wilder slept with his brother's woman, right? Thoughts. Oh, let's get some thoughts on this, man. You know, two-part question, right? It's the question of the day. Hopefully, y'all are hearing me loud and clear. So there's the question. Wilder, right? He slept with his brother's woman. What is your thoughts on that, man? How do y'all receive that, right? Am I my brother's keeper, right? Has anything like that ever happened to you, right? Has a brother, a family member ever slept with your woman, or you thought was your woman, right? Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you? Yeah, real talk, man. Don't be bashful, right? My man T Dog's probably at work. I will put the link out, man. But he said that right there is something I can never do to right, T. That's what I was saying, man. But a nigga gonna be a nigga, right? But to me, man, that's cold, bro. Like, especially Wilder, right? Like, bro, you the heavyweight champion of the world. You know how many women probably lust for you or women you could have and to knock off your brothers? Like, come on, bro. You listen. And listen, all right, I'm gonna put it out there, right? Um, Wilder, like I said, Wilder's that dude, man. Wilder has been known to tip out, right? To tip out, right? He's a high profile type of guy. But to knock off your brother's woman, damn. And I'm hearing this as ex. But still, how do you feel about that, T? They're trying to clean it up a little bit and say it was his ex. Like, is that still acceptable? An ex, is that acceptable? Yo, man, hold on. Let me send T the link, man. T, you I know you're probably at work, man. I wouldn't mind having you on here, T. If you're not at work, T, right? Click the link, man. You can rock out the show right now. Feel free to click the link, T, if you're not at work, man. And pop on, man. T is Original Source, Jack Talk Podcast member. Feel free, T. Hit that link, man. That link is for you, brother. Feel free to jump on if you want to. The news by Shanewz is Sunday. I'm just, moving and grooving, man, and enjoying my new setup and stuff. I really wanted to relax today. I'm gonna talk about a little bit of Power. I got a chance to watch Power. I'm loving the season, man. Raising Canaan and all that. Shout out to my guy, the UK in the building. They love me in London. But so, man, me and you, we got issues this morning, man. Y'all robbed my girl yesterday, man. I know how you Brits do it, man. You guys are dirty, man. You guys still hold grudges against the States, right? Because we broke away from the English colony, right? We broke away from you guys, and you guys still hold that vendetta against us. Y'all took it out on my girl yesterday. I think Michaela Mayer was stepping, man. She fought a great fight. She was bringing it to her. And they took her from her. She did enough to win, right? If that fight was on neutral grounds, I think she would have got it. But being that it was in homegirl's backyard, you know she's gonna get that UK loving. But hey, what do I know? Bing, bing, bing. Yes, yes. What do I know? You know, shout out to everybody that's rocking with the soundboards now. That wasn't rocking with them before, but rocking with them now. You know the vibes, man. The red coats are coming. Yeah, man, you guys still hold that grudge, man. You know, because you got to remember at one point in time, look, now I'm going to show the education side of me, right? Remember at one point in time, what was the saying about the mighty British Empire? The sun never set on the British Empire. And the reason why they said that was because no matter where in the world the British had conquered, there was always the British Empire, some form in the world where the sun was always up. So wherever the sun would set and it was rising, it was still part of the British Empire that they had conquered. But you know, the original break, give us liberty or give us death, right? Remember the Boston Tea Party. We were the original 13 colonies that broke away, that didn't want to pay the taxes. And I think the mighty British Empire still holds that vendetta against us. But nonetheless, it is what it is, man. Yes, it is what it is, man. Yeah, we could be, yeah, listen, man, my kids ain't here. So if you want to talk a little bit of raunchy, ratchet shit, let's do it. Let's do it. So what? So what? So what? The news by Shanewz. This is the Sourced Experience. Listen, man, if you guys want to get down and dirty and nasty, let's do it, right? So what?
This is the news by Shanewz. But hey, what do I know?
That is what got Wilder in trouble right there. The forbidden fruit. Yes, the forbidden fruit. You know, he wanted a bite of the forbidden fruit, man. You know, he bit the apple, man. But unfortunately, it was his brother's apple, man. How do y'all feel about that, man? Is that fucked up or what, man? Like, could you guys do that? Would Ja had did that to your brother, right? T already said no. Like, would Ja had did that to your brother? All the women in the world. Hold on, I'm trying to set something up. Let me set this up. See, that's why I need my daughters here, man. They are they know how to do shit. I'm like, when it comes to some of this shit, yo, there we go. I got it. All right, I'm learning. When it comes to some of this shit, I do not. I'm just a heavy equipment operator, man. At the end of the day, a lot of this technology shit. This ain't my cup of tea, man. That's why I be needing my babies in here. They're the assistants. They do all of these things for me. You know, they do all these things for me, man. If I could show you my setup right now, right? Yo, listen, man. God is good, man. We have came a long way. How we're recording now, right? I got the internet set up right here so I can see if something breaks, I could talk about it, right? If there's a breaking, what's the name, right? T said that's cause, man. T, you taking it back to history now. That's cause they lost to farmers with pitchforks. Yeah, remember we were the migrants, right? The settlers over here, and they broke away. They defined the mighty British Empire and was successful. And you know they're still holding grudges against us. I don't care what Toby and them say. You know, I know a lot of Brits, right? And they listen. They look at us as second class citizens. Some of them are even my complexion. You know, You know, they are Rastas, they are Africans, and they just look down at us because that's how they were groomed. You know, we are, you know, the United States of America, right? But we were formerly of the British Empire colony and all of that. We broke away from them. They still hold that grudge. You see, look, man. You can't judge a book by its cover, man. I know I don't come off as the sharpest knife in the kitchen, but I'm not dumb. I'm not, man. I'm not. Maybe some more you fighters should employ my services, not for nothing. And get with me now. I'm 5%. Pretty soon it's gonna be 7, man. I'm telling you. I think when listen, Marley got me ready to tell y'all I'm 7% sauce, man. Listen, man. I just say this, right? If Marley Tucker, I'm letting y'all know right now, right? I got some things working behind the scenes, right? If I'm able to pull off some of these things that I'm trying to pull for Marley, my fee might be 7 to 10%. Real talk. If I add these accolades to my resume, which I am attempting to do for Marley behind the scenes, my fee for future people that want my services, 7 to 10%. Real talk, man. I'm trying to line some big things up for Marley right now, man. You know, big things, man. He said, I couldn't do that either, T. Let's keep it there, man. I have been known to be, in my day, you know, T, we from the projects, right? A lot of guys, they didn't like me because their girls liked me, their mothers and women, right? See, these guys, they were jealous of me, T, right? You know, it comes with the territory, right? You know, some people would say that, you know, I was sneaky and all. No, how am I sneaky? Because I can make your girl laugh and she likes to laugh and she always wants Sha around. Sha's funny. I'm the life of the party. You know, that's on you. If you're corny, you know, and you don't arouse her, that's not my fault, right? I can't help it if I was the class clown. I know how to talk. I know how to let people open up, you know. And then I was a hustler, right? Right? I was a hustler. So, you know, it comes with the territory, man. But these guys, right? A lot of these guys be sucker for loves, right? And one thing about me, right? Um, Women outnumber men, right? And I was always, I guess, you know, shout out to my grandfather, man. My grandfather, you know, we have a big family, man. He was that guy, man. Papa was a Rolling Stone, right? And I guess me being raised by him and being underneath him a lot, that rubbed off on me, right? Treat her like a lady, or that, you know, that rubbed off on me. So I was never like, I don't know, man. Um, what's that song by the Whispers? And the beat goes on. Yeah, just like my love everlasting. Like, yo, listen, there's too many women out here, man. There's too many, man. If one, listen, a lot of these guys, they just fall victim, man. A lot of these guys they be frauds, man. They don't be who they pretend to be, man. And a woman, right? Listen, at the end of the day, right? We all have been there, but a woman is the one that always breaks down a man. Look, Samson and Goliath, right? Got him to cut his hair. She found out his secrets. Got him to cut his long dreads, his locks. He lost his power. Um, Adam and Eve, remember? Eve made him bite the apple. It's always a woman, man. A woman to get you, brother. She'll get you. Because she got the good power you, right? The good power you will get you. That's why, as men, you have to be strong. You have to have the vitamin D, right? If the vitamin D and you know you possess the vitamin D, you can control the things too. But a lot of guys, they don't have that. They don't have that mandingo mentality. They be suckers for love, man. A woman to put that thing on them, and then, man, they just lose it, man. I seen some of the biggest gangsters, right? Yo, someone like hardcore, like these niggas was killers, right? Hardcore killers, right? Gangsters, man. And a bitch would be always there down for, man. I'm not gonna throw no guys underneath the bus, but you know, man, I know killers, man. And they like a woman could just make them turn into like a sucker, man. I'm like, damn, bro, you a stone cold killer. You mean this bitch got you fucked up like that? Oh man, breaking news. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Breaking news. Shout out to my guy Toby. You know, the UK producer of the show. So it looks like Eddie Hearns has fallen out with the BB over judges saying if you don't have fair judging, how you going to get fighters to come over here to fight? Man, that is a great man. Eddie Hearns, if you really feel like that, man, that's a great stance. Because you know that has always been the dilemma over there. Hold on, let me check something out. You know, oh, and I want to say this right here. Let me hold on. Hold the door. Hold the door. I'm checking something. Hold the door. Hold the door. I want to send a special happy birthday shout out to my homegirl. You know, the best ring girl. Today is her birthday. So shout out to the lovely, you know.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Tuimuhelua. I'm a top ranked knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Talk Podcast.
Thank you. You know the vibes. Happy birthday to her. Many more to come. I see she was, listen, I can't wait to see her. I'm not going to put it out there, but when I see her and I get another interview and talk to her, I'm going to bring something up that I see. You know, but happy birthday to her. Very lovely soul. You know, she has drops for the company, all type of stuff, man. Very, very lovely soul. And I think God always brings people around you and has people, you know, help you throughout your steps and journey. And he brought her around at the right time for me, especially because, you know, you got these guys that said I was ugly, but I never seen no fine woman like that do anything for your company. Yo, a lot of you guys, real talk, right? A lot of these guys that be on here doing content, these content creators, right? They can't even get no drops, man. Yo, you niggas can't get no drops, right? I remember when I first started out, right? And I was trying to I knew where I was taking this, right? And I knew I was gonna blow up. And I was trying to look out for a lot of people, right? And I was like, send me a drop for my company. This was when I was doing the Jack Fitness thing too. I was like, send a drop. I'll use it, right? A lot of people I grew up with, they didn't want to be a part of it, right? Some did, right? This is when I knew niggas was like corny, right? Real cornballs, right? And I spoke on this a lot of times, right? I would say remember, I've been successful in a lot of things. I had clothing, more products. It's just a lot of things that I do, right? And I remember people in particular, right? And one of my homegirls right now, we talk, but we don't talk no more because I think she feels some type of way. She sees the growth where I have took it, and she always like she tries to make me feel bad, right? But she be like, I was around when you was in the projects, you know, and you always talked about doing all of these things, and now you do it, you forgot where you came from. Never that, but I remember one particular time, right? When I first started out with my, some of my brands, my clothing and things, and she has a son, right? And her son, I think he just graduated recently. But I was like, I flipped on her, right? I'm real like that. Check the vibes on this, right? So I had my clothing and all this shit, right? And I was, listen, this is when I was still, I'll calm down a lot, right? But I remember, giving her my product. She didn't even pay, right? I gave it to her because, like I said, we people, we cool. So I gave her my product, right? And I remember her son. He wore my stuff, and she sent me a what's name, and I shared it because that's a form of marketing. I always been a media marketing agent. And I remember her bitch ass baby daddy, right? This nigga gonna talk some old stupid shit, right? But like a coward does, right? What does a coward do? He said it to her. Nigga be around me, knows me, sees me, never approached me on it, but says it to her, right? And I guess he kept saying it to her, and that shit just rubbed off on her. So she says it to me, right? And I called her out on the shit. I said, and you know, I calm down a lot now because, like I said, father, daughters, wife, all that, you know. But I remember I came out a real sour, was like, bitch, how dare you, right? You wear all these motherfuckers that you don't know. Guess. Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, Michael Jordan, all these people that you don't know, right? This bozo ass nigga that I will slap the shit out of him. If he ever said that to my face, I will slap the shit out of him. Has you saying this to me? This nigga's buying Michael Jordans, all these other shit for your son and all this. Michael Jordan don't give a fuck about you. You couldn't go to Michael Jordan and get a reference. Couldn't get nothing from Michael Jordan, right? But yet this square sucker for love ass nigga is jealous and mad at the fact that your son is wearing my brand. That's what you deal with when you deal with small-minded individuals. But doesn't that make sense, though? Yeah, but that's what I was dealing with at the time, man. I remember that, man. I was gonna beat the shit out that nigga, man. Real talk. But he would never say it to me. Like, nigga, you a real coward. You scream on your bitch. Like, nigga, say that to me. You old jealous ass nigga. That's the type of niggas we deal with. These niggas, yo, start a clothing line. Start anything. Start a hat. Get like, shout out to my man. You see this right here? This is my man's brand. Shout out to Wise Owl Boxing Management and all that. You see, I have my daughter. My daughter rocked one of these too as well, right? Now, if I was like that weird nigga, right? If I was like that weird nigga, right? And my daughter had the hat on, I would have flipped. Like, yo, why the fuck you wearing that shit? Don't wear that shit. That's the type of niggas that we deal with. Oh, insecure, weak ass niggas. These niggas be all on the internet. Talking about they real, they this, that. Nigga, you a real live sucker. Yeah, you're weird and support, nigga. You're a weirdo. You will wear, you would cheer for niggas that you don't even know. Won't even fuck with you if they seen you in real life. But you will have somebody that you knew, watch, level change his life around, do all type of shit, and you niggas are hate. That's why you niggas is in the position you are in life. Fuck this shit in life. A lot of you niggas, it's over for y'all, man. For real, respectfully, man, it's over for y'all niggas, man. If you at a certain age and you ain't got no motion, you ain't got it together, it's over for you. Word, but thank you for that, Toe. Appreciate that, man. Smash the like button, man. Come on, man. Yo, listen, the link is in the description. What do y'all want to talk about, man? Because y'all always say I talk too much, right? Enough of what I got going on, the things I have done and accomplished and still accomplished. What do y'all want to talk about, man? It's 6 of y'all up in here. I know y'all don't want to hear my stories all the time. So feel free, man. This is Sunday. You know, I'm in a great place. I'm happy to be here. You know, I just want, look, I feel like I'm glowing, right? I feel like I'm glowing, right? Because I went and got me some good Jamaican food. I got my Kool-Aid. This is some good Kool-Aid. It's watered down. Got a little bit of sea moss in it, but it's good. It's not the diabetes Kool-Aid that we used to when we used to grow up too and shit. You know, the real sweet Kool-Aid. Like, God damn, how much sugar is in that, right? Because as you start getting up in age, you got to be mindful of those things, right? But yes, happy birthday to the love. Look, it's her birthday. Look, you know, you want to see what I did, right? This is what I did. Hold on. Come over here. You know, we can multitask now. Man, when I'm retired, right? I'm really settling into doing a lot of this now, right? I like this. I like doing this now. I want to get a crew though, man. I want to get a crew. Like how we used to do back in the day, T. We had the studio set up. I need that now. I need a crew, right? I'm getting lazy. Well, I'm not getting lazy. I'm getting spoiled, right? I want to have a crew. All this is just set up, right? I want to get on my Hollywood shit. All I got to do is now is just show up. I don't got to set nothing up. I could be in the green room, right? See, I've been doing this for a while, right? I know how the big time players be moving. I want to have all I want to be able to do is do it like this, right? Show you, right? I just want to come in with my own shit like this, my own producer note, shit like this, right? That I put together, right? And have a team, right? Producers and shit, be in the green room, kicking it, eating, whatever, and then come and just do what I have to do, lay it down. That's what I want to do now, man. I'm waiting for one of these networks to come grab me up, man. Come grab me up. I could do it now. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready, right? Shout out to WCS. Let me bring my man in with a round of applause. Gotta do it right. Gotta do it right. Bring WCS in here. Shout out to WCS in the building. WCS, you hear me?
Yeah, you sped up for some reason. Let me
WCS, can you hear?
Let me go
Hear
in
me?
and out.
There you go. Yeah, I hear you now. WCS, can you hear me? I'll go comment in the building. Trying to get his audio together. He's in here. Give him another round of applause. Yes, they done kicked me out. I'm back, though. Let me bring WCS back in. Let's try it again. All right, WCS, can you hear me now?
Good morning, brother. How you feeling, man? What's good?
Good, I'm
Shanewz,
good.
the news.
By Shanewz. Let me give you another round of applause, man. Man, shout out to one of the best doing this, man. Whether it is online or the front lines. World Combat Sports, man. Welcome to the news by Shanewz, man. How are you doing
I'm
today,
good,
Colonel?
man. It's Sunday, it's game day. I probably see you getting your lives out the way before games come on. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
Or
of
whatever.
course.
But yeah, man. Shout out to you, man. Doing your thing as always, man. Growing, unlimited potential. You got some hitters in your stable. Shout out to Jahad Tucker, Molly Tucker, Bam Bam. You know what I'm saying? I
Shout out
gotta
to
add
Little
Bam
Bam.
Bam now. He done
Yeah, shout
broke the
out to Little
cherry.
Bam.
You know what I'm saying? He inside the ring now.
Yeah,
Shadow
shout out to
boxing.
Little Bam.
We
Bam is
gotta we
coming.
gotta say what's up to the trifecta, dog.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Shout out
Salute
to
to
coach
those
too.
guys.
All
Yeah,
the
salute
coaches.
to them. Yes. Yeah,
I
man.
see your topic, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. Please feel free to touch on it, man. You are a player in these streets out there, man. I look at you as an international renaissance man, somebody that has traveled the world, and you've been around, man. So please enlighten us with your assessment on this situation.
I think I mentioned, man, that when they was over in the sandbox, I didn't see Marcellus Wilder.
Yeah.
I said, I wonder why Marcellus. I think we was chopping it up about that at one point. Or it might have been somebody else. I was like, where's Marcellus at? I thought he was the head, after the other guy, security
Yeah.
guy. I thought he was the head of security now, but I really never seen him at fights like that. I didn't see him at the Robert Helenius fight. I just didn't see him. But per what the street is talking about, that Wilder, per what his brother put out. I guess his brother was trying to lay down some bars. I don't know what the fuck he was talking about, but he could have just went out and said, "Hey, bro, you fucking my girl. That shit ain't cool, man. That's dirty." You know what I'm saying? That shit right there, man. There ain't no pass for that. But my biggest question, like, why did it happen? What brought him to the threshold to say, "Let me cross over and violate my brother's girl like that"? What do you think it could have been, man? Like, it's an ego thing. What?
Yo, listen, man. I before you got on, right? I was stating this. I said, man, all the women in the world, right? This is the heavyweight champion we're speaking on, right? You know how many women probably lust for Wilder, right? Being his title in life and his stance. And you've seen him say it in many interviews, like speak about like the fact that he doesn't want for nothing, this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, you could have had any skeezer, any low down tramp, right?
Yeah.
Why your brothers, right? And to me, I don't know, man. Like, I just wish, like, these guys that get the access to him, man, that is a great question to ask him. I don't know why, man. And remember, these guys were making music together. They were just doing a lot. We lost WCS. Hopefully he'll come back. But yeah, man, that shit to me is just fucked up, man. It's fucked up, man. That the champ, the champ had to take his brother's shorty down, man. Here he is. He's back. Let's get him back in here.
So what have you found out about, like,
you're back
actually
on. I was just saying, man, that to me, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. But like, I don't know if you heard this. I heard it was his ex.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was telling people, was his ex.
Yeah, but still.
So does that basically reduce the violation code? You know what I'm saying?
The penalty? So. To me, from looking on as a journalist reporting on it, Wilder has yet to, put anything out, but from Marcellus's reaction via his storyline and Instagram, no longer following his brother, I don't think so, man. I think
this is serious. This is serious, then, dog.
Yeah, I think it's the ex might have been more than just the ex, man.
This is while he was allegedly, married to Telly.
Well, to me, him and Telly, Telly is Telly, right? She has a checkered past, right? Alleged, we gotta say, right? So it's like, if Wilder's doing him, her name has been tied in with other people, so it is what it is.
I did hear you mention about the people that he affiliate with on the YTC. I have not yet heard a breaking news live stream on this. Yeah, I'm assuming they're gonna keep hush hush on this topic, though.
I don't understand why. This is listen. At the end of the day, right? When I heard this news, right, and I said to myself, he is the king. When you are the king, right? No woman is restricted from you, even your brothers, right? You are the king. So the king's word is law. So these guys need to report on this. That's what the king did.
Yeah.
Wilder's the king, man. But damn, that's just some low down shit, man. Like, you can have any woman in the world, man. Any woman, man.
But you got to keep it close to home for the wrong reason.
Man, Deontay is cold blooded, man. Shout out to Wilder, man. That brother's cold, man.
So the situation pretty much materialized the way we know it was going to materialize. If you mess around, you get messy close to home, sooner or later it's going to come to the light.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard anything about how it came to the light? What brought this about?
Nah. I just shout out to Reggie, man. I was watching Reggie's live, and Reggie was speaking on it. And then I follow both of them. And then I checked out Marcellus's vibes. I was, doing my little investigative research on his page. And I was like, okay, this is, because at first I wasn't gonna really speak on it, right? But then I see and I was like, damn, Reggie's on to something. 1 + 1 is 2, right? And then I noticed, I said, yo, he doesn't follow his brother. And then it brought me back to the conversations that me and you had. I'm like, yo, what happened to Marcellus? Why he's not, because like Joey and them, the rest of the team, but he took over this head security. And I'm like, yo, he wasn't in Saudi, yo. That's not like him. He's normally hands-on. Well, he wasn't around.
It's a dog-eat-dog world. Many people gonna say, especially if you looking at the general, he gonna say, well, a bitch is a bitch. It is what it is. That wasn't his main girl. You know what I'm saying? That used to be his girl. That wasn't his main girl. So why y'all tripping, man?
Yeah, that guy. I wish he would have brought that up when he interviewed him, man. Because this just finally came out. But that's been brewing. Because like you said, Marcellus has been MIA. Where's Wildo? For a while now. For a while, man.
It's always been kind of weird with them, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, like Marcellus always been cool, man. Real talk.
Yeah, that's
Shout
what
out to
I said.
Marcellus. Marcellus, man, him being knocked out at a fight. He did an interview with me out on the street.
Yeah.
Man, he wasn't BSing about that shit. He was a cool, laid back brother. I talked to him in the gym a couple of times in Alabama. I don't have nothing negative to say about the brother. Yeah, because I don't know him personally. I just know I never had a problem with Deontay either. So I can't talk about them personally, but talking about this situation, yeah, that's off limits to me, man.
Yo,
me
too. That's what I said about Marcellus, right? All my run-ins with him in Brooklyn and at the fights, I was like, yo, dude was mad cool.
Yeah.
Like mad cool. Kicking with him at the hotel and all that. Like even before I knew he was Wilder's brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cause shout out to June and Al and them. We used to be fucking with him, and then I'm like, they like, oh, that's Wilder's brother. I'm like, word? Oh, dude is mad cool and shit. Like he was like a regular dude, man.
Yeah, he was a regular dude, man. Cool cat, laid back, you know what I'm saying? But I can understand how he feel the way he does about this situation. Because his brother does get all the limelight, and like you mentioned earlier, he has access to a pool of skeezers.
Oh, man, a skeezer.
An unlimited pool of skeezers.
For real, he could have, man, listen.
And I haven't heard skeezer since way back in the day, too.
you know me, I'm an old school player, man.
Skeezer,
that's my grandfather in me, man.
Skeezer, goddamn.
Yeah, that's my grandfather in me. Rest in peace to him, man. That's the player ways he put it in me, man. I remember my grandfather vividly, man. Like that, he was that guy, man. Those were his, like, you see, I use the other lines he used, jive, turkey, and all that type of slang still to this day, man.
Well, that's how they used to be descriptive about a thought and a hole back then. Skeezer.
A skeezer.
You know what I'm saying? That was the word back then, man.
She was the skeezer. Yeah, shout out to Gumbo with the $10 off. Yo, Gumbo, you gonna make these boys hate me, man. Salute to my guy, the Gumbo with the $10 donation.
Shout out to the big dog, Gumbo, man.
He said, let
shout
me
out to you, brother.
David was king too. He got punished for his sins. What do I know? Yeah, you're right, man. Listen,
you ain't lying, right?
Yo, when you were the king, man, that's what happens, man. Like, see, and I seen a lot of other brothers speaking on this. Wilder really, that shit went to his head as being the king, man. And when you are the king, you think everything is yours, man. You know, that's why you guys laughed at me when I said Wilder was like Nino Brown. When Nino said, the world is mine. He said, even my woman. He said, that skeezer, you mad at that whole bitch? That's how Wilder probably was on it. Like, the world is his, man. You know? But I just hope like that they're not upset with us for talking about this, because this is content though, man. We are content creators at the end of the day. This is, for those of us that come on here and speak on trending topics, this is a topic, man. and it pertains to the sport of boxing. Wilder is still a hitter in the sport of boxing, and his name is out there right now for knocking off alleged his brother's ex.
So I wonder how all this is gonna play out now. It's definitely not gonna affect his career because boxing, they don't live off morals and principles, man. It'd be, fighters, engaging other fighters, skeezers all day, every day. So this ain't a sport of morals and principles. So don't think this gonna affect how he get his next payday or anything like that. It's gonna hit the media. People gonna feel some type of way. But come on, man, we got cats that left prison. We got cats that's been in domestic violence issues. We got all that when they encompassing boxing. Yeah. This is just another one, bro. I'm not condoning it. You know what I'm saying? But I never did it. I never did it.
Man, wow, like I said, Wilder's stone cold, man. He's different, man. He's the king, man. Listen, when you're the king, man, that's what it is, though, man. He is the king. She probably was out of pocket and Wilder chopped the head off, man.
Well, they probably been at it for a minute though before this even came out, though, right?
Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. It's kind of looking that way. Gumbo said, "Don't convert your brother's house." Well, that's too late for that. It's too late for that, man. It's too late for that, man. But hopefully they're brothers at the end of the day. Women come and go, man. A brotherly bond is birthed forever, man. So
it's good it wasn't his wife, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
While they was married or something. I'm talking about if Marcellus was married. That would be even worse. But an ex, you got to understand, the ex does get a little reprieve, don't she?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She get a little bit of the edge taken off. She's an ex.
Yeah, but I think it's like this too. I think it might be hitting home for the fact that she might have held a special place. I don't know if you heard me earlier speaking on that. Like, some women, a woman is a man's downfall, man. Adam and Eve. We see this, Samson and Goliath. Like, it's always a woman that is a man's demise, man.
Absolutely.
Even though she was an ex, she might have been one of those special exes. Because it's like, bro, I said this before you got on. I'm like, when you think about the ratio of men and women in the world, women outnumber us. They outnumber us. There's a lot of women out there. This ex must have been something special.
So you talking about she might have had the Holy Grail?
Yeah, man. That the power of the P is deadly, man. He says, this is just another reason for those who hate Wilder hate him even more. They are. They're gonna run with this. They're gonna say, oh man, he's dirty. The diabolical bomb squad bombed on his brother's ex. They're gonna run with it. They're gonna run with it, man. But at the end of the day, Wilder's a man, man. Listen, a man is gonna be a man. If that woman is throwing it at him, right? You got listen, man. Like I don't listen, man. You don't know until you're in that position, man. Like
tough and temptation. They both start with a T. It's tough, dog.
Yeah, man. You don't know, man.
Temptation,
it's like,
boy.
It's not like Wilder's a man, right? At the end of the day, it ain't like if she threw it at him, he's gonna be like, man, get off of me. You know what I'm saying? He's not like that, bro. It's one thing if he was the other way, yeah, but he's a man. A man can only,
I'm in a committed relationship. I'm committed.
Yeah, man. He said that's why he lost the Parker. That was her in the ring. Yo, Gumbo was crazy.
I knew it was only a matter of time before he started to pull back the bowstrings and start releasing poisonous arrows. He said,
Gumbo's too much, man. He said that's why he lost the Parker.
See, nobody was even talking about the loss of Parker, but
oh man, it might have been though, Gumbo, because like I said, he didn't seem himself. Like that might, like I'm saying, his brother wasn't there, like all my times covering Wilder, being around Wilder, I know that dynamic, man. Like you see what WCS said when me and him was speaking. I'm like, yo, where was Marcellus? Because I know I was always used to always seeing Marcellus on deck. Like you know fighters' teams. You know the type of people that are around them all the time. So when you start to see certain people not there, it raises a red flag for you, especially if you cover these people. You're like, yo, I didn't see such and such, man. I hope everything's all right. He said, oh,
Marcellus is usually off camera anyway.
Yeah, but he on social media, he posts.
Yeah.
He posts. Like I said, I follow him on social media. And that was the first thing. I'm like, damn, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He was everywhere else, but he wasn't there. I'm like, damn, well, I hope everything is all right, man.
You know what they said earlier about, when he was dating Telly, which I don't get into this stuff. So I'm just saying, what I seen out here when he was married before, and he ended up dating Telly, and it was a situation where he was involved with somebody else. So he finally got divorced and got with her. And now this shit is, disrupting the household too. So like you said, man, he got the king status right now. He got the money. I just hope he got this paperwork together. I don't know if Telly is going to, try to come out here and debunk all this shit. But I doubt it, man.
Hey, that's a whole nother ball game there.
Niggas be on the outside and they say, damn, you got a bad one. And then they go out and they step out on them. Like, man, I'm telling you, that's what we do, man. That's what we do, man. Shit. But God, thank you for bringing me in this lifetime as a man. I wouldn't take care of black man at that. I appreciate it.
Absolutely on that, man. Absolutely. Round of applause for that. I really wanted to come on here and talk boxing, but it was like this topic was just hot, man.
No, man, you need to mix it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know you one of the heavy hitters in the game. You know what I'm saying? I tell them they need to get close to you now before you don't have access. They don't have access. You know what I'm saying?
They always have access.
Mansions and stuff. Jihad be a multi-time world champion. Molly be on deck.
Yes.
Then they have to go to your HR team and shit. Your PR team.
Yes, absolutely. Coach Green and CEO Nasaya and Bam.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Give me about 5 minutes. I'm gonna do a background check and everything. If everything pans out, we'll put you through. We'll put you through. No problem.
Yes. There'd be the publicists like shout out to Julie Gold and Crystal Forrest, and that's going to be the Source sisters, man. You guys are going to be wanting to get interviews with Jihad and Marley and Bam Bam and all the other fighters that will be affiliated with Shanewz Boxing. You're going to have to go through them, and they're going to say, you know what does your resume entail? Oh, you just do YouTube? They're going to say, you don't actually go to fights? What fight have you covered? They're gonna give you the real resume rundown. Like, oh, you don't go to the fights?
Hey, they might mess around and say they was at a fight that y'all was at back in the day, and then she have to say, okay, evidence is key. Can you just send me one frame, one video? Just send me a link. Just like they do on the credential. You know how to fill one of those out, right?
Yeah.
No, I never. Okay. I'm about to tell you, hey, call back in a year, get the credential approval, and then we'll check on the process. That's all.
That's what they're gonna do. And don't be that guy, that content creator that says, "So what? So what?"
Yeah.
We don't want the so what type of guys, man. We don't want the so what type of guy. But yeah, let me get your thoughts on that fight yesterday. Did you see the Michaela Mayer and main event? What was your thoughts on that?
I saw parts of it. I did. And I didn't see it from start to finish, so I really can't give you a tag. I was watching the UFC. I ain't gonna lie. I was watching, the UFC card.
Yes, I know. Miss Martial Art.
I want to see Sean Strickland and Dracus Duplessis.
Yeah.
Just I told myself I'm watching, different things. But to answer your question, I didn't see the entire fight, but I do know that Michaela Mayer picked up her second loss at a division, her first, her debut at 147-pound division. And I did see highlights. I mean, it wasn't nothing too much, in my opinion, that stood out that one or the other got dominated. I didn't see it. I mean, you tell me. You watched the whole fight. How was it?
To me, Michaela pulled it off, man. But you know
she
how
did?
it is when you fight in the UK.
Oh,
you
so
know how it
you
is.
believe she pulled it off, and Jonas got a freaking hometown decision.
Yeah.
That's what Eddie Hearns is talking about now. He was saying, okay, the BBOC needs to basically check the judges and clean them up a little bit. So how do you want fighters to come over here and fight if the judges are so corrupt?
Yeah.
No one's going to want to come over there across the pond and have a big fight only to get robbed by the judges.
That's been going on forever. I said, I just think they still hold that vendetta against the United States for breaking away from the British Empire, man.
Yeah.
And it just transfers over to the sports. Because it was a good fight though. Great fight, man. Great female fight. A lot of action, a lot of back and forth. But I just think Michaela, she was stepping, man.
So it should have been a UD.
Yes, I gave it to her. Once they did the split decision, I knew she lost. When I heard split decision, I was like, yeah, she lost, man. I was like, you're not getting a split decision. The fix is in.
And Jonas should want to run it back in the U.S. Shit, something.
Yeah, she's a little older in age too. I think she's like 38. She's up there.
Yeah.
That was a for them. That was a bang out, man. Fights like that, especially for her, older woman.
That take years.
Takes a lot out of you.
Years though. Yep.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you. But man, we got a good treat. Now I want to ask you this too, man. Great live on this, right? From what I'm hearing, I really don't have too many PBC sources, right? But Frank Martin's name is back in the mix, right?
Yeah, I heard.
Because
man.
of alleged, an Instagram post that he posted, right? And I heard you speaking on this as well. These guys, they throw out the riddles on social media, and content creators see these posts and automatically hit up their sources, right? And their sources tell them that this could possibly be the fight. But when fights are made, right? If this was Frank Martin's fight, Frank and Man Down Promotions would already know that. So if Frank is insinuating that that's the fight, he should just go over there to the Queens, right? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I don't have no ice right now, but go over there with his cup and say, a little, I got that with Tank, and that's my next fight.
Yeah, I mean, he need to let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? When I initially heard it, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I jumped up, man. I felt a little ambience, and then I found myself yawning myself to sleep until, I wanted to wake up with better news because, Frank Martin, when he comes out here tomorrow, I'm going through the ceiling. I got to say to myself, what ceiling? We don't know what height Frank Martin's ceiling is, bro. It can be 5 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know after the stunt he pulled with freaking Shakur Stevenson. We don't know what the ceiling he's talking about. Is he talking about potentially with Gervonta Davis? Yeah. Seriously, is he talking about potentially with a big name? Because I don't see any purpose in that when the WBO title is, vacant, and supposedly Kambosos and Lomachenko is fighting for the IBF. I mean, what's the ceiling?
Yeah.
What ceiling he's talking about is going to
all these riddles. This is the riddles, man. These guys love to play the riddle game. I'm waiting to be sick, man. I want to got a whole bunch of Theraflu I'm not sick yet. March 30th.
You might want to stand outside on the corner and goddamn drink a 7-Eleven slushie and get sick, dog.
Yeah,
You ain't getting sick off this info, man.
yeah, March 30th. We still don't even know the lineup, man. And I'm waiting to be sick. Man. I'm sick that we're getting it at the end of March.
Yeah, the end of March. Yeah, I
End
mean,
of
it
March.
didn't make you sick that potentially, okay, the Frank Martin situation with Tank, okay, and then Jamal Charlo and Canelo in the same month or whatever, or something like that.
No.
I mean, the
Listen,
next month, what?
No,
Two
I'm gonna
months
tell you
after
why.
that?
The Jamal Charlo did not make me sick, and I have to give you right here. Hold on. I have to give you a round of applause. You did an interview with him at the Roy Jones Jr. compound, and he spoke about being on the contract to fight Canelo Alvarez. So you pretty much was the source to that. So when this rumors start circulating that might be the May 4th fight, it did not surprise me because Jamal Charlo, for those of us that support and listen to real guys out here covering fighters, interviewing fighters, told us this when he did the interview with you.
Yeah, he did say he was going to be back, even though he mentioned March. But if indeed part of the schedule for us to be sick is going to give us a fight that's a couple of months, after that, well, a month and a half after that or whatever, not even that, month and a week with Canelo Alvarez, it's all right, man. It's okay. We get the second Charlo with Canelo. It's okay. But if you're hyping up Tank Davis, what do you believe can give you the shock value that you're looking for with Tank Davis? Is Frank Martin that shock value that you can get?
I don't know, man. I think they have the same fan, demographic, and more so Tank does. I don't like, to me, man. Frank right now, when I hear Frank Martin, I just get the pillow talking and the turning of down of the Shakur fight for a little bit of and Michelle Rivera, and then his last performance where he wasn't listening to Derek. He just doesn't that doesn't have me wanting to, oh man, Tank is coming back against Frank Martin. It's like, Frank who? Frank Footer. It just doesn't do it for me, man. This doesn't do it for me.
So who would you rather him fight out of the potential names that might be floating around, potential big names?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I think, Devin Haney, do you think it's a possibility that may be a freaking stomach ache, or that's just out of the question?
I think the Devin Haney fight, if we go off of what we've seen with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, even though we have Richie Rich, aka the Turk, willing to be the investor and put up all this money.
Yeah.
I quote, all money's not good money. You know who's going to say that. That is the fight that we need, we should have, but I just don't see those guys like Big Red, aka Al Heyman. He just doesn't, he does his own thing, man.
Yeah.
His office's hours are 9 to 5. Big Red's artists don't work with other artists, man.
Yeah, we don't know if he wants anyone else to touch this fight.
Yeah, they can't, you can't touch Big Red's artists, man. All money's not good money, man.
Well, they need to figure it out if they're putting him, as the jump off for 2024 to basically spearhead this opening matrimony with Amazon Prime. They need him in there with somebody that's, that's going to have people tuned in. And we're talking about division higher or division lower. It's not too many names out there. Like T.O. would have been a good name. Devin Haney would have been a good name. I'm not too sold on Subriel Matias being a
They,
good name
yo,
to
listen,
jumpstart.
they,
You know?
they putting anything out there, man. It's like crazy. They
Yeah,
just
they
putting
don't
shit
put
out
any
there.
name. El Rayo.
Yeah.
You know, what about El Rayo, man? What do you think of him? You know, being across the ring from Tank on the opening.
Now with him, right? I'm not excited over that, but I can see the move for that being the night knockout that he put on Chris Colbert,
Yeah.
right? But I'm not even excited about him, you know? It's like, come on, man. This is Tank, man. It's time for Tank to put one of these guys down, either a Devin, Shakur, Tio, like you said, those type of names, man. Especially coming off with knocking off Ryan Garcia. You know, you got to go after these other guys now. Shout out to Gumbo. Gumbo said Frank Sealing as a elite boxer is really ridiculous. Yeah, Frank is over there with the gimmicks, man. He learned from the best, man.
Yeah, for real. Like
He learned from the best.
you got to come out and give us something special, Frank. Not all this is going through the ceiling, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Just tell us, bro.
Oh, that's a good question too. You want to answer this one, WCS? Are you hearing anything on this? Where do you think the first card is going to be held?
That's a good question. You know what I'm saying? Because Tank is one of those fighters that's been over in Brooklyn, stomping on Brooklyn, been to Vegas. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you there, Shanewz. I ain't gonna even fact. I haven't heard no buzz in the street. They coming down here to the ATL.
Yeah, me neither.
No buzz.
Me neither. Me neither. Like, listen.
Nobody's talking about them coming down to the A.
Yo, the March 30th just came out of left field. Like, we don't even know where it's gonna be at. That's a great question, though, Gumbo. Thank you for that question.
Yeah, that's a good question. If Ala Sheik want to put on the fight, you know, we'll watch it. But he needs an opponent. You know, he said he like fighters, so we know he's gonna get the opponent to get that attention. He gonna pay them very well too. But it's up to Al Heyman on if he wants somebody else putting their hands on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's a fact. Well, yeah. What's your thought about this, right? I see this on the YTC, right? You know, a lot of these YTC guys, right? They are upset now that if these fights do end up going to Saudi, a lot of these guys, they're upset, even though they don't even actually go to fights, right? But they're upset that they're saying that these fights need to be in America. You know, even though, like I said, I haven't seen any of these guys at any fights, but they're talking about these are American fights.
That is hilarious. That's extremely hilarious that they will want something. And while other fights, you know, when PBC was married up to Showtime, we did not see them on deck in the streets, stomping, marching. You know, so you wanting is almost like an entitlement. Like, are they going to get the biggest paycheck of their career if the fight is over in the U.S.? Like, you know, what's the funding going to look like? Being that Showtime has left the building, what's the funding going to look like? Top Rank is just not going to overpay the fighters.
No.
And Amazon is not going to overpay the fighters. That shit is done.
It's over.
The only
that
person
$1 billion budget is done.
Yeah, the only person that's coming out with the checks that don't bounce is Ala Sheik.
Yeah, Richie Rich.
You know, I mean, that man is coming up out of here, and he's telling you the fights he want, and give him a couple of weeks, and we end up seeing it posted on the flyer with promo.
Yeah. I just think if he lands some of those fights, right? If he lands some of those fights that he was talking about wanting and giving us, right? And then they are official. From watching the promo that they pushed out for the Day of Reckoning, I could just imagine the marketing, promoting for some of those fights. Because the Day of Reckoning commercial that they ran, yo, that shit was like, it took me back. And look, I'm gonna tell my age a little bit. So what? It took me back to Michael Jackson's Thriller on steroids. Like that was crazy. The commercial that they did, like the day of the dawn, for the day of reckoning. So I just hope they get these fights, man. Like Bivol and Betchabia, and even Haney Davis, these fights, man.
I heard T.O. The request he sent out to fight one. Do you think that will a little bit if they're able to get a box at Vegas?
You gotta say that you was coming and broken up.
Okay. Somehow, or it's still.
All right, WCS will be back. Probably lost signal, but he was saying something about Tia. We'll get him back up in here in a second. This is the news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. Shout out to Gumbo and NYT and Toby and all the guys that have been on deck. Yes, you're back, WCS.
Yeah, I was saying over in Vegas, right? You know how T.O. was talking about he had sent a request out to fight Devin Haney potentially in the spear.
Yeah.
Do you think that will have the shock and awe value if they do it over in Vegas in a place that has no boxing history to it? Something that's supposed to be a landmark now?
Yeah, remember what they were saying at Top Rank. I don't know if you heard this, but Top Rank was supposed to be doing the first fight there. And I kind of talked about this earlier this morning. Depending on his performance, right? If he is successful Super Bowl week, right? And the way he talks and the way he, T.O. has the gift of the gab. He knows how to get the people talking, whether good or bad. If he has the performance and is successful against Jermaine Ortiz, I think sky's the limit. They're both champions. That will be a unification fight, like you said, at a arena, a place that is going to be opening their doors to this. Monumental.
Yeah, you went out the last one. Yeah, I pretty much can. You was just pretty much saying about, it's based off the performance he had with Jermaine Ortiz to potentially set up a fight at the spear.
Yeah, so I said that if the performance is good, Super Bowl weekend, right? And the way T.O. carries it with the media and the showman, how Top Rank is already pushing the narrative on him now. Sky's the limit. Him and Devin Haney is a unification. WBO, WBC title. Why wouldn't it be a big event?
Yeah, that definitely. I agree with that. Him and Devin Haney at the spear, yeah, big money.
Yeah.
And that may be a reason why Ryan Garcia didn't get the fight with Devin, because they may potentially be waiting, for something big. It might be in the air, man, because what other big fight or big name is it at 140 for these guys to fight, unless they fight each other?
And also go ahead.
You don't want to go there with Rolly Romero.
No. But and also with T.O. and Devin, right? You have the father's aspect, right? You also have the fact that they both defeated Lomachenko. You also have the fact that they both were undisputed lightweight champions. Man, the sky's the limit. T.O. just has to, hold it down February 8th.
Yeah.
And if he holds it down February 8th, with, Bill Haney's mouthpiece, T.O.'s mouthpiece, Junior, who is senior, Teofimo Senior's mouthpiece, The
Be
YTC
large.
crash
Be large in
dummies,
charge, man.
the YTC crash dummies for the Haney movement. You know, T.O. with Bud Light behind him and
Mm-hmm.
the way he knows how to maneuver. Yo, this could matriculate into something big.
Hell yeah. Definitely. Huge. Especially
Yeah.
they do it in the spirit too. You know, T.O.'s been making all these, little semi-commercials, doing these little skits.
Yeah.
Man, he go in here and show out with Jermaine Ortiz. Oh, man, that fight. Now we will have a fight that it's not just the black fighter. We have a black and whatever T.O. want to call himself. He say he black from the waist down,
From
whatever.
the waist down. Yeah,
Hispanic
T.O. knows how
fighter,
to
whatever.
talk.
Yeah.
He said he fights like a black fighter anyway. He knows how to talk, man.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters need to take that Teofimo Lopez class, man. You know,
And I'm surprised they didn't go on a racist rampage and tell me, what does he mean from the waist down he's black? See, stereotypical shit.
you know these guys did.
He's taking shots at the black man.
You know these guys are right. They're just waiting. They're hoping he falls, man. They're hoping he has another George Kambosos type of performance against Jermaine Ortiz, and then they'll come for him. They'll be out for him. You know, that's what they're hoping.
That'd be a good fight, man, because I think from this day to about, I'll say give or take 2025, if that fight's happen mid-year with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez with no rematch, then we don't know what's happening with Rolly. Rolly's going to get a big payday. He may just be waiting, but sooner or later he's going to have to fight somebody and get a win or whatever the case may be. Then they can fight for that title. That's 3 titles, and then, you know what I'm saying, it's whoever win.
I would love to see them give Gary Antoine Russell a shot at Rolly. You know, give Gary Antoine Russell a shot at Rolly.
Yeah, man. Give him a shot
I don't know
at
his
Rolly,
ranking
man.
in the WBA. I would love
for
to see that, man.
Yeah, he's ranked. You know, I don't. You know, we've talked about this several times. We truly don't know what's going on with that. Like, that is a valid name, a relevant name. Gary Antoine Russell stepping there and fight for a title, bro.
Yeah. A lot of people don't talk about him. He's what, Arthur Beterbiev status too. 17-0, 17 KOs, man.
Yeah.
Perfect knockout ratio, man.
Yeah.
Gumbo said T.O. beats Devin. Man, you're gonna get the Haney radicals riled up, man. Not Devin. Not Devin the dude, man.
Yeah, not Devin the dude. For real.
Can't nobody touch Devin, man. And nobody better say nothing about Miss Parker. Man, can't nobody talk about Miss Jenkins. You better not talk about Devin. Not Devin the dude, man.
Bill has single-handedly freaking scooped up, well, corralled those Devin Haney channels out here. Hey, cool for him, man. But T.O. gonna give him that work, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fight, man. Don't sleep on T.O., man. T.O. gets busy. Gordo. He said Al don't like the Russells. Listen, Gumbo, from what I'm hearing, right? And you know, we do have a little bit of insider information. I don't think it's so much Al Heyman, right? To be honest, right? Because when Big Gary passed away, Al felt some type of way, and he said he was going to take care of these guys, right? I think it goes back to, and this is what I'm hearing, when Fred X, aka Barbershop Conversations, was still, in the loop, and he was getting interviews, and guys were, doing frequently interviewing with him, the PBC guys. Gary Russell Jr., Little G, who I call him Little G, right, did an interview with him. And he called Floyd Mayweather a bitch. Not Pretty Boy Floyd, but Money Mayweather a bitch. And ever since that, Al and Floyd are partners, right? Floyd Mayweather has been known to hold a grudge. He holds a grudge. You're not going to eat. you won't eat. And since then, it has, the Russells, particularly Big Gary, Little Gary, has been starved out. And in starving him out, his brothers who are underneath him are also receiving that backlash. But hey, what do I know? You know? But thank you for that assessment, though, Gumbo. Yeah, I don't think it's Big Red. It's not Big Red Al. You know?
Well, if he the man that's supposed to have all the power, he should make that adjustment, man. Get that man in the ring for a title shot, goddammit. Like, come on now. How long y'all gonna blackball the Russells? Shit.
Yeah, man. I think you know how Floyd is, man. Floyd is Floyd, man.
Need to do a petition on this bitch?
Floyd don't play that, man. You see how Floyd did. Listen, Floyd. For those of us that know and report on it, look how Floyd did Earl Spence. Look how Floyd did all these guys over there. When these guys get a little too big or they act like they running shit, Floyd will pop back out and do what he does. Let it be known that PBC is his shit. I'm Al Heyman's partner. If anything is dropped over here, I'll be the one to tell you. Floyd is Floyd, man.
You got to have some type of power that Shanewz to drop in a fight date and nobody know you dropping in that fight date to shake everything up. Like, he did it with Canelo Gennady. He did it with Teofimo Cambozo. Yeah. Floyd be dropping into these fight dates now. Yeah, man. And ain't nobody saying nothing.
Yo, listen, I know we gave the name to Diddy James, but Floyd Diddy does it too. He be like, take that. Yeah. Floyd Diddy will do it too, man. Floyd Diddy will come out and flex when he wants to. That's what Floyd does, man. Floyd is Floyd, man. Floyd will always be Floyd.
But they got to figure it out, man, because we only have so many fights that could potentially happen in 2024. You're talking about 12 to 14 dates. Yeah. Believe it or not, though we're not looking for him, but we still got to ask the question, what's next for Jermell Charlo? When he's coming back. He going to take another year off because he got paid. Yeah. What's
not only that, he's still a unified champion, man. Like, these are guys that can't afford to take off for the sport's sake. These guys are the champions. The champions need to be fighting and need to be defending their belts. That way, guys underneath them have opportunities to become champions and fight for belts. When a champion is not a champion on recess or just a champion on a hostage, because that's what we've been seeing lately, a lot of hostage takers of belts, it fucks the sport up. Because you have younger guys who are not getting any younger but getting older, and they're not given the opportunity to fight for belts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, what's your thoughts on this? We talked about this behind the scenes. They the artwork, Mike Coppinger and these guys are putting certain things out. I'm starting to see it get a little bit of buzz on, social media. Terrence Crawford, Tim Tszyu.
I like that fight, man. I definitely like it that he's able to contend in a higher division, a new division for him, against a big name with the lineage behind him, and also him holding down his own name. Shit, Tim Tszyu has his own lane, bro. He's been collecting these wins, looking sharp, looking impressive. Yeah. I think that's a good fight for Bud. Yeah. And then people are going to try to guess and see if Tim Tszyu can successfully use that same pressure against a fighter who's had success with pressure fighters and breaking them down. Let's see, can that shit be successful with Bud? We don't know.
Let me get your assessment on this as well, right? You get these YTC advisors, these YTC marketing agents, these YTC gurus of the sport of boxing. Now, a lot of these guys want Bud to fight Boots. A lot of these guys say that is the bigger fight, Boots and Bud. But like just like you just spoke about with Tim Zoo, having the name of a legend and his father, right? Also having a country. I believe Tim Zoo has fought who over there? That was a big successful matchup. Tony Harrison and this last guy, Brian Mendoza. Hopefully, I said his name right.
Terrell Goucher.
Yeah, so he has a market over there. He's selling out over there.
Yeah.
What's your assessment for these guys that say that Boots and I quote Terrence, who has only fought in the theater, but yeah, I just brought up some of the things that Tim Zoo is doing in a weight class higher, which would give Bud a fourth division, right? What's your assessment on that?
So there's two ends to this wishbone. People wish he fight Boots because they're saying that it'll provide Crawford with the opportunity to become 3-time undisputed. But yet we're looking at a fighter whose resume is mediocre, and the real hardcore boxing fans look at the way he obtained that title isn't respected. They sent in a dead end letter knowing damn well it couldn't be obliged. So he ended up stripping them when, it just looked all bad for Boots. He was in the WBO and then switched over to the IBF, fought for the interim title. It's just some respect deficiencies is going on there with Boots. You look at Tim Zoo, yeah, just like you said, he's over there in Aussie doing his thing. He kind of picked up one of those straps, you know what I'm saying? And the one he has at WBO based off them stripping Jamel Charlo. But I can understand why they stripped him. Jamel was on a inactivity for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's difference between Terrence Crawford picking up the undisputed titles and then they bamboozle him and submitting paperwork that can't be approved. They know it's going to be a denial. So the result is going to be as it is. So I respect Tim Zoo's resume better than Boots Ennis. And I respect, how he fights as a fighter and with his dad's name, carrying the Zoo name. But for me, I feel that Crawford should fight this man because it further extends his legacy, as a fourth division. Yeah. When it comes down to credit, you say Tim Zoo or you say Boots Ennis. People are going to give him more credit for fighting Tim Zoo than they are Boots Ennis because Crawford already walked down this road with Spence. You know what I'm saying? He already been down that road. This man was undisputed at 140, and they say his resume was trash. He ain't fought nobody. Well, if he ain't fight nobody, why y'all trying to goddamn shove Boots up to the front of the line and he ain't fought nobody? Fight somebody, bro.
Yeah, shout out to NYT. NYT pretty much co-signed what you just said. He said, and Tim has the better resume.
Absolutely.
But
Tim has a better resume, no doubt, bro.
I definitely like that assessment. I definitely like that assessment.
I mean, either way, Buzz gets a reward, right, Shanewz? He gets a reward. He fights Boots. He get 3-time. Only one to do it. Shit.
But I just like what you said. Been there, done that. It's like, to me, and I like Boots and him and his father. Shout out to them and everything they got going on. But to me, that is a backwards move for Bud. It's like you've been there, done that. You wanna, you're on your back nine, right? You're doing your victory lap. That is, to me, is a backwards move. Whereas, like you just said, Tim Zoo will be a fourth division. It will be a new division title for you, and it will put you in a better position to maybe even get the rest of the belts facing Charlo. Whereas
he only has 2 of the belts though. He got them vacated the IBF, man.
Yeah, he vacated.
He only got
IBF.
WBC and WBA, so you know how that's gonna go.
Yeah,
it'll take Crawford forever to try to collect all those belts at freaking 154.
Yeah.
And look, it's not like he didn't submit the request. The request was rejected because Jamel wanted to go and run and bitch and talking about, why he want me. He busy. He was busy, y'all. Bumblebee busy.
Yeah. Yeah, another thing I want to ask you, right? I seen you live on this, but now that I have you on the platform and I'm interviewing you, right? And thank you for coming on here, allowing me to interview you, because I see other guys are getting an interview that aren't even insiders. At least I can say with you, you are an actual insider. So thank you for coming on here. Round of applause for you for that. Because you are an actual boxing insider. A lot of these other content creators claim to be, but when it comes to their resume of doing things in boxing, I don't think creating memes and P files is actual work. But hey, what do I know?
Drop the sauce.
But let me ask you about this, man. Since we're speaking on that, and you did a wonderful live, right? And I kind of leaked this out, man. I leaked this out because the Mole gave this to me, but the PBC gave Terrence Crawford Performance of the Year in defeating my eye, my rib. They gave him the Performance of the Year after defeating my eye, my rib, Mr. Great live on that. What do you think? What do you think about that, though?
Yeah, thanks for dropping that info, man, because I had to do more research on it because I was out and about. I say, wow, it was heavy traffic out there. I had to pull over in the Mersey lane. I was flabbergasted. I say, excuse me, PBC has awarded Crawford when this is amazing. Look, he deserved that. He deserved with everything he's went through. It further shows that he demands respect, bro. That's what Crawford demands. I'm not saying he demanded the award, but he demanded the respect from Spence when he stepped in the ring July 29th, and he dominated him. Yes. So in order for them to try to, stay close to Crawford for another big fight, they had to start showing that man some love. They had to start showing some love, and that's when we was talking about him being on stage with Sam Watson.
Absolutely.
We was shocked to see that. I said, what? Crawford over there? And freaking Charlo is up there on stage and all the shit they was talking. Learn how to be the challenger. Sit down, shut up, man, get the fuck out of here with that. But kudos to the award. I really can't give PBC full credit on being a reactionary. They would have never volunteered to do that. Yeah. It had to be something else, Shanewz, that brought them to that conclusion. But Bud probably said, hey, if y'all want me to hang around here, y'all need to show me some love. Y'all need to put something out there, based off what I did July 29th, because I did it well, goddammit. Show me some love.
They listen, and I quote, performance for the ages, solidifying himself as the best welterweight of this era. The adjectives that were used in the post, I was like, wow, incredible, being that it was, against Timothy, Mr. I, my rib, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, man. The betrayal, how could they do the biggest like that? How could they do that guy like that?
True. You know what I'm saying?
But let me get your assessment on this, right? What about the guys, these insiders, these content creators that, were calling Crawford a cheat, snack, and, he never fought anybody, and, just a lot of things before this. For the company that these guys were bashing Crawford for, to give him that award as the Performance of the Year. Should have been Fighter of the Year, but they gave it to Canelo. But I think they, the performance of the year basically was, like the fight of the year for them. They
Yeah.
just didn't want to, because they know these guys are probably on suicide watch right now.
Yeah.
But what do you think about these YTC guys that was, they was tearing Crawford up, man, before July 29th? What do you think about them right now?
As an older cat in the game, man, I still have to babysit the bums and cowards. You know what I'm saying? I do. I mean, it's a lot of fucking work that I have to put in. But, I continue to want to address them with the hot grease anytime I get, because the shit they was doing to Crawford is personal shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even the Lord, your Savior, your King that you was talking about in Al Heyman, they kind of had to take a knee. Because somebody had to approve that award being given to Crawford. And based off what you niggas was saying, you was saying that he didn't win it fairly. He had to cheat with pads, loaded gloves. This is a guy who y'all said hadn't fought nobody. We already know the same chorus and him, all that shit. But with all that said, you only proved what I thought you were, man. All you niggas that was out there just talking ill will, defaming this man's name, running a smear campaign, y'all never came out and apologized. You know what you did? You turned around and came back online, and you wanted to, sort of kind of say, oh, well, I would say this, Crawford was the bigger man in the ring that night. He did what he had to do, but let me start playing these dumb fuckboy games and wearing snack shirts and talk about how well snack work. Well, Demetrius Andrade was on snack too. He didn't beat David Benavidez.
Devin Haney too.
Devin Haney was on snack. He didn't go in there and knock out reaches. I mean, at the end of the day, the shit y'all was doing was outside of the ring. I mean, outside of the ropes. Y'all made it personal for a guy who has a family like y'all.
Absolutely.
And y'all still won't give him full fucking credit, bro.
Nah, they can't. They can't. But like you said, that's how cowards move. These a lot of these guys are internet cowards that, they talk boxing from behind a screen. Some of these guys from behind a green screen. But it is what it is, man. I just wanted to get your breakdown on that because, like I said, you have been putting out quality content on this whole ordeal for years, and more importantly, leading up to the fight and after the fight. And like I said, I want to give you a round of applause as a boxing insider, not a content creator, but an insider that has been covering this with dignity and quality content. Because a lot of these guys, like you said, no apologies, nothing. No, listen, you guys, and I say this on my channel on this Sunday afternoon, are pieces of shit. Real talk. You guys are pieces of shit. Because at the end of the day, you were wrong. Not only were you wrong, you were disrespectful. You didn't even have the audacity to apologize. You guys are pieces of shit, man. And it is what it is. But great content. You did that live you did, and I'm not going to throw the guy's name out there, but the live you did when he got dropped in the second round, and my man said, he tripped.
Yo, man, he tripped.
Yo, that shit, man. I think I forget what, I might have been in the loader. I know I was in some equipment when you did that. I had to pull over, man. I was like, let me pull over.
I guess because he thought him and Harvey Doc both had, bald heads. His shit was gonna count. Like he tripped. And Harvey Doc was, okay, I got it. Yeah, he did trip. No.
Oh God, that
was a knockdown.
That was one of the funniest shits, man. That live you did, that reaction live, classic, man, classic. That was some good quality content.
I appreciate it, man. And they have to understand also, man, the work you're putting in, those of you that's tuned into this live, I'm happy to see the ones that's a membership of this channel. You know what I'm saying? He deserved the membership. You're talking about the brand. For those of you like Gombo and it was some other guy that's out here that end up Ron. Molly King Boxing.
Marley King Boxing.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all for becoming members of the channel, man, and fucking with a real one that's out here doing that's basically progressing the way you should behind the scenes. Because when I met the brother, he was still doing things behind the scene. I remember meeting him in June, and they knew a lot of people in boxing. And that's when I really was just coming and going, man. But these cats know a lot of people. I'm telling you, people get this YouTube shit confused, man.
All the time.
These cats know a lot of people, in boxing. And who else is out here being in the gym? You know what I'm saying? Had the opportunity to work with a future world champion. And then you got a 4-time national champion on deck. It's a lot that Shanewz is doing that's not respected because people are trying to establish status quos based off the numbers of the channel. You got to go far and beyond that. You got to put all the pieces together and say, damn, they're really playing an intricate role in this boxing game. And then, you know, when he get to that point where Jahar, you know, get close to the championship and get that chip, then he's going to be less accessible. I'm just putting it out there. So don't not support Jahar and Molly because you don't like, you know, Shanewz. Goddamn turn over, man. Say, hey, let me reach out and support Jahar because he is, you know, one of the most electrifying fighters in boxing. People don't want to admit to it, but his style is one of one. So, man, you know, fuck with Jahar, man. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole motherfucking squad in the shoot, dog.
That's a fact, man. And shout out to Ness, the boxing voice. Made for TV. Yes, Jahar Tucker, man.
Made for TV. What?
Yeah.
Come
Made
on,
for
man.
TV. Salute to Jahar, man. And happy belated birthday, man. 21 years old now. 21. You know, 4 years. The 4 years
crazy.
have come and gone like that, man. He was 17 on the scene. The LeBron Dawn, man. 21 years old now. He is legal, man. He is legal.
Yeah,
been doing it for 4 years underneath the bright lights.
Yep.
You know, big stage, man. So salute to Jahar, man.
All his
Combat.
fighters
You have
under the
any?
lights, huh?
You have any final parting words? You know, let the listeners know what you got going on. You know, come over there and get that hot grease. I appreciate you pulling up on me, man. You know, you are always welcome. From one insider to the other. Yeah, you see, I called him an insider, not a content creator, even though he does fire content. He's an insider. Sometimes when I need a little insider gem, this is who I call. I don't go to the YTC and say, so what? So what?
Hey, man, I appreciate your hospitality. You already know what it is. You know, Shanewz like family, bro. Me and him known each other way back. And like I said, y'all know where to find me at. But more so when I'm on this channel right here, you know, seeing the growth that this man has put into the channel, man, it's respect. Real talk is respect. And I've been a lot of places in boxing. I can say I can been with Shanewz when it comes to this media shit. And you know, I had the opportunity to go in there and get some of the best authentic Jamaican food I ever ate in my life, dog. Yes. God damn.
Salute Wagwan North. Yes, Wagwan North. Yes.
Man, we in the heart of Jersey and shit, eating, man, some of the best food I ever had in my fucking life, man. Yeah. You know, one love to you for that. God damn, that shit was good. I done been to the highest cloud up on the sweets. You feel me?
Yeah, shout out to
niggas
Drew,
that want to say some dumb shit to me. Hey, man, I know what it is. You just don't see the big picture. But fuck with him, dog. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with him, man. Boxing is not some religious, sacrilegious sport out here, some righteous sport. You know, you ain't gonna like everything about boxing, but respect the ones that's out here moving in this type of traffic. It ain't easy, bro. He's doing shit I've never did in boxing or pertain to boxing. You know what I'm saying? So, brother, continue to grow, man. Do you, man. And drop the sauce on them. I'm out. Peace.
Appreciate you, man. Shout out to WCS, man. Round of applause for the combat. And shout out to everybody that tapped in. Gumbo, definitely appreciate the $10 donation today. Shout out to my brother NYT, always original Source Talk member. You know the vibes. Bruce Gas, the OG. I seen you up in here. But yeah, we about to close it out. Yo, Combat got me ready to drive to Newark right now and go get some of that authentic, man. I had a little bit before I came over here, but like Combat said, it wasn't like Newark. Wagwan, with that red snapper. We had some stewed chicken, rice and peas. You know the vibes, right? Yes, man. Combat just took me back. Yo, before I close, I want to say this, right? I drove back and forth because, Newark is right there. And I remember I got my plate. I ate good. I was like, yo, I'm getting one to go, right? I took mine to go. I went back to the hotel. I started to bust it down at the hotel. I was like, nah, I'll bust this back down at the crib. I drove back from Newark to Long Island, reheated my food up, because that's how good it was. Authentic Jamaican cuisine. Wagwan. But yes, the news by Shanewz. This is the Source Experience. Like, share, subscribe, but don't. It doesn't matter. Because regardless of what you think of the news by Shanewz, we are actually moving and grooving, whether you listen or don't. But hey, what do I know? I always told you, I didn't want to be famous. I didn't want to be an important internet nobody. Listen to my kids tell you.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina.
It only takes for you to win once. You could lose 10 years in a row and you hit that right jug. Bam! That shit changed the goddamn game. And guess what? They gonna bow down.